Suffolk County deploys this poison over the marshes by helicopter.
McAllister is fighting to get the word out. No more Methoprene.
It is a registered pesticide with the EPA. They're not doing anything illegal, but fundamentally it's wrong because of its impact on the lower life stages of non-target insects and crustacea.
In 2017, Suffolk County sprayed over 18,000 acres of marshland with Methoprene. The county plans to continue its use in 2018.
And of course, when we get into the warm weather months, is the pesticide applications.
McAllister is the guest speaker at the North Fork Environmental Council's meeting in his ongoing effort to bring awareness to the public. To spread the word, McAllister also takes to the airwaves.
There are other safe alternatives. This pesticide kills mosquitoes, but it also kills other insects and crustaceans. It's time to say no more Methoprene. Save our crabs, reclaim our water.
McAllister cites studies proving Methoprene harmful. One focuses on insects.
After 3 years, they saw significant reductions in insect taxa.
And another focusing on lobsters and crabs.
Saw significant reductions, I believe up to 80%.
Some see no problem with Methoprene. Dominic Ninivaggi worked for Suffolk County Vector Control for over 20 years.
I have not seen the scientific evidence to suggest that there's any significant adverse impacts when you use this material for mosquito control.
The 2018 Vector Control Work Plan cites those studies as not proving Methoprene harmful.
Methoprene actually is a net environmental positive.
In the early 2000s, Suffolk County paid environmental consulting firm Cash & Associates about $5 million to do a study on their mosquito control plan.
As part of that, I did a lot of paper studies on pesticides, including Methoprene.
Tonjes worked for Cash & Associates at the time and participated in the research.
I also ran an extensive field study that included looking at the impacts from Methoprene.
Their studies looked into fish kills that happened shortly after Methoprene was sprayed.
Our work, for instance, with Methoprene would suggest that the concentrations that occur in the water column are never great enough to cause these sort of acute impacts.
But some are just not buying it.
Methoprene is toxic to aquatic organisms.
People have a right to be skeptical of their government agencies.
Why are people so skeptical of Suffolk County's vector control if studies prove it is safe? Long Island's history of mosquito control could be the answer. In the early 1900s, Long Island used ditching methods to drain salt marshes into the tide. 95% of northeast marshes were ditched, and the negative effects of grid ditching are widely debated. Then,
when pesticides, effective pesticides, were developed, we employed them here beginning with DDT in the 1930s.
DDT was banned nationally after researchers found the destructive effect it had on wildlife, specifically birds.
Methoprene was introduced to kill larval mosquitoes, or this was thought to be a better kind of insecticide than something like DDT, which killed all insects of all kinds.
Progress has been made over the decades, and McAllister wants to push it further by addressing the Suffolk County Public Works Committee. McAllister is asking the committee to omit the use of Methoprene from the 2018 Public Works Plan.
And just to really boil this down, we are talking about a poison. And to deploy this, again, routinely over these marshes, it defies common sense.
The committee was able to present questions to Tom Iwanjenko, director of Suffolk County Vector Control.
Are there any studies anywhere else in the country that show that this Methoprene is actually very harmful?
After hearing Iwanjenko's responses, they cleared the work plan.
All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions?
This has been the probably third, fourth, fifth time where I've sat in the audience and listened to the representation that Connecticut has not banned Methoprene. It was complete fabrication. It was a lie. He got up there and he lied to the legislature, and they accepted it. This is the Connecticut law. It's a flat-out ban on Methoprene. They're not making scientific decisions. This is all politically driven.
The plan will go before the legislature again next Tuesday. For Stony Brook News, I'm Dara Smith.